home. You don't get to see this every day. Who's ever watched NASCAR? Nobody's ever watched TV before. Who's ever watched a race before? Just have to come across it. You'll find out that that's about when you'll see a lot of people using their seatbelts. In South Carolina, the 3 killers that we have in South Carolina are speed, alcohol, and seatbelts. There's not a lot I can show you as far as what you've probably seen on TV. You can YouTube a lot of things. You can go online and look at crashes. If you have people that are riding with you, it's your responsibility, to the most part, to figure out that your crashes can lead to crashes like this, where people are ejecting and such. Drivers sometimes forget to wear their seatbelts, and I'm trying to remind people as they drive, please don't do that. You're going to find yourself in a bad situation. Of course, in a bad situation, I'm going to stand back there because I can't reach my laptop. In a bad situation, when crashes start to occur, we see things start to happen, things like this. Things like this where the car gets torn in half, and I've seen actual work wrecks just like this. I'm just going to show you a few pictures of what we get to see every day. Not every day. Sometimes it's too often for us. I've been law enforcement over 24 years, and I've been to several crashes where people just walk away. This is what I see. We're seeing fatalities where people are being killed in crashes at less than 40 miles an hour. So if you're out there working out there by yourself as an officer, you get a call from the radio. They'll say a one-car collision off the side of the road, flipped over, hit a tree, whatever it may be. Our biggest killers are one-car crashes on rural roads. Where do you live at? Yes, you might be agreeing with that tree. It's a bunch of laws already. But you can imagine as an officer, with crash sites like this, things start to happen. You can see the impact point is good on the right side. I like to see, I don't know about you, it's part of it. I've already noticed a lot of things as an officer. One thing you notice in this crash, these pictures, is the airbags are working. All right, I always tell people don't swap one for the other. Who wears their seatbelt all the time? 100%. Don't forget it at all. Whether passenger or driver. Okay, well, it's good. Who's ever had somebody in their car with their seatbelt on? Don't do it. Because I'm going to have to make another video to show you. You'll find yourself in awkward situations. This car probably cost about $45,000, or maybe more. Now it's a very expensive vehicle. But the pictures really show you a lot about the vehicle and how well it was built. But when you strike a tree over 90 miles an hour, which I'd have to estimate, just a guesstimation, as I'll probably say hit it but over 90 miles an hour, it's a one-car crash. And you'll see there's the driver. What you notice in all those pictures, airbag and that one driver's seat is still there. Now, I always tell people NASCAR's got nothing on the highway patrol because some of the crashes that we see are worse than what they were involved in. And I've seen crashes like this where someone walks away wearing their seatbelt. Now, of course, the higher the speed you're at, the more increased your chances increase because now you're at a higher rate of speed. Is that car going to be designed to take that much damage? No. You don't have a roll cage in your car. You have roll cages, but if you're inside the vehicle's interior, you can't see that. It's built into the vehicle. In NASCAR, they have all those luxuries of doing that type of work. They put roll cages, extra seats, 5-point harnesses, sturdy suspensions, and such like that. And our cars are built very well today, but obviously when you strike a tree at 90 miles an hour, it's going to break in half. Who has a small driver, let's say a young driver, in their midst, who's got teenagers driving in their household? Hey, much love. Their biggest killer are crashes. When I talk about crashes and seat belts, I've shown this particular video. It's a one-car crash. You can get it on YouTube. You can surf the web. That's where I get some of these from. And I try to remind people as they drive. Let me pause it right here. You can see already in this particular video, what's he missing? Seatbelt. He looks tired. He probably worked a long shift. You're coming home as a young man. He's probably about 18, 20 years old. Nothing wrong with the vehicle, structure-wise. There's nothing broken. The seatbelts are all there. But watch how easy it is. People don't believe me sometimes when I say it's just that easy at low speeds to be thrown out of the car as it is high speed. And when we talk about seatbelts and how they're supposed to help fit us, but if you don't wear one when you need one, what's going to happen is that all that force is going to be hitting something or yourself. When you're inside that vehicle and it starts to tumble over, all of a sudden you become like a pinball machine. Bounce inside of the vehicle. Inside that vehicle, you'll start striking objects, the dashboard, the windshield, other seats, the mirrors. As the vehicle starts to tumble, other people attempt to be in this car. Watch what happens. The one vehicle crash. It's on a straight stretch of road. The drive cam, I'll tell you a little bit about the drive cam real fast because it's up there. They install those sometimes in cars. Maybe a parent might have a child they want to keep an eye on. Right? Would you trust your child all the time? I'd like to think so. Correct. So, watch what happens in a one-car crash without a seatbelt. Oh, you make it sound, but it's like that's not clear. Wrong sound. Oh, that would help. Here we go. He's trying to hold on. It's not going to work. Look back around. That's a case of it. In this picture, if anybody was sitting in the front seat, the passenger seat especially, they've been gone, but that weight of that person, I would say about 200 or more. The people's backs just got struck by a torso or a body, which would hit them right square in the face, probably would broke their neck. So, seat belts are designed to keep us where? In this seat right here. As the officer, the first thing I do, my way I do it, when I pull up to a crash site where a fatality has occurred or any crash, sometimes I'll reach in there and see if the seatbelt works, just to get that out of that way. That's evidence. And then when I start talking to those inside the car who may have survived the crash or been in the hospital, all of a sudden their memory kind of lapses a little bit. See, when I start talking to people get amnesia. Remember what happened? Just like when you get pulled over, because you've been pulled over before. Yeah, what's up? You're speeding. I don't know. What's up with that? Yeah, that's the truth. You're supposed to anyway. But anyway, this is what's going to happen. You've already got factors playing here already, forces. It's physics. I'll make it easy. Who likes physics? Make it physics. Nobody likes physics?
I do.
Science. What if you don't do anything? No, I don't like that stuff. I close my eyes. Anyway, force. You find it two ways, by speed, I'll give you the easy layman's terms, and by your weight. Mass time acceleration or velocity. I had a physics guy in my course one time, I was teaching another group. He goes, that's mass time. I said velocity. He said acceleration. I said, who's teaching this class? Well, I won't say. But then you take your weight times your speed. Now imagine it's probably about 40 miles an hour or so, maybe a bit faster. And how many times do you think this car flipped over? One time. He was on the other side of this drive cam, it's a straight stretch of road. He runs off, hits like a guardrail or some type of bridge embankment or rail, comes back across the road, flips over this one time, and looks where he ended up at, in the back seat. And you can see the structure did real well. I mean, even somebody in that passenger seat would have a great opportunity to survive the crash. But here comes freight train. You ever seen that? So, when we talk about ourselves and how we're supposed to act in the vehicle, what we're supposed to do as a responsible person, put your seatbelt on. You know, in South Carolina, rural areas are our biggest nemesis. That means one car crashes like these, and all of you know I'm getting close to my time because y'all have to watch it. I don't care if that sounds like you're talking. But you can find out that when you're in that vehicle, our biggest nemesis are one-car crashes. And what normally will happen is the vehicle runs off the road, strikes an obstacle, starts to overturn. The next thing we see, occupants are ejected, the driver, everybody's out. Or if they stay inside the car, they start hitting everybody else. I try to preach this all the time because as a family member, as a father, I've got 4 children. I'd be devastated if I knew that I struck my child and killed him. How would you do? Terrible. Beyond belief. And so when we get phone calls, when the first thing that I have to do when this happens is finish the wreck scene and go tell the family or someone who's a relative. And what we have to do is go up on the front doors and knock. And as soon 2 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, 10 o'clock in the morning, whatever time that crash is occurring. And of course, people react in different ways. You see, I'm part of a member called Families of Highway Fatalities. I've lost 3 crashes. So when I talk about preaching this stuff, it's true for me. Even before I lost people in crashes, it was true for me. But it makes that just more important to make sure that you understand what's going to happen in that crash. You know, one car crash killed my mother in 1994. She went over the front windshield of a truck. She struck a tree at 35 miles an hour. The same formula I'm giving you before about how we would survive crashes is the same formula she took to die, minus the seatbelt. So we're inside that vehicle. Every opportunity needs to be made to make sure that we're targeted. Greenwood this year, we've had 6 fatalities. My daughter does it better than me. One more thing that I'll show you. I show this to all the students. We talk about seatbelts. This is a video over in Europe, and they're very aggressive when it comes to. They're very aggressive when it comes to seatbelt usage. I can think this thing is stretched out. There we go. When it shows students inside a vehicle, like I said, their biggest killer are crashes. Every year we lose about 11,000 students to crashes. You know, in South Carolina the year before, in 2009, we lost over 190. This year, this last year, 2011, we lost 172, so we had a reduction. But we're still seeing the same causes of crashes. The alcohol and seatbelt kind of mimics who? The adults. So what are they seeing on TV? Or are they hearing singing from their home? Possible. Maybe they listen to their friends. Maybe they're followers and not leaders. I always say don't be a follower because it can get you in trouble. You have to stand on your own 2 feet. This is something very important that drives the message home about seatbelts, and we'll get off the seatbelts. But find out what happens. This is filmed over here, so it should be opposite of us, not back in. And it slows the crash down right now. So you guys can see the force play. All right, get going. One person got a seatbelt because of pinball machine.
Is there a guy with a seatbelt in the village? No seatbelt. No excuse.
Because that's what coroners have to deal with is no seatbelts, no excuses. When they say they're about to have great bodily injuries, they're not making that up. You see how easy it could be to be thrown inside a car. You saw the first one was actual real life. This one is made in the studio. Well, what's the difference? They both have the same outcome. How easy it is to be thrown inside a car. So as responsible drivers as we are, we should make sure everything's done for ourselves. One thing else about seatbelts, there are 3 places the seatbelt is supposed to touch. You know what they are? You can talk. Shoulder. Where else? Hips. Across your chest. I see many times as an officer, I'll pull up to a car, what do I see? Behind your back. It's in their armpit. It's not even on. So you can get tickets for those other 2s too, if it's behind your back or underneath your armpit. The law says it has to be on the right. If it doesn't fit you, my wife's short. She's 5 foot, about 1, on good hair day, she says. And that's a joke. Not here. I'll tell her. But, you know, we have electric seats in our cars that made it easier for her to adjust to. That's just something that we decided to have not sit on the car. You know, make yourself available to those seat belts. Because you decide, say, well, that hurts my neck. Well, what else can hurt your neck? Great bodily injury. So as an officer, it's always important to me to stress that because I don't want you to walk out here and say, well, what do you say? You know, make those arrangements for yourself. You know, there are economic situations where people can't afford electric seats. Well, then there's other forms. I don't say sit in the booster seat. And by the way, who has a small child? Are they in their booster adjust your seats or seatbelts correctly, you're sure.